I just woke up, like literally just woke up. It's um I woke up at around 6:15. It is now almost 7. Got up a little late. Went to bed late yesterday at around 1 a.m. That's like late for me. And well, here we are. Now, first thing I make when I get up is coffee, black coffee. So I use instant coffee. See, instant, this one. Because instant coffee is actually uh, it's better than regular coffee in the sense that it's and my routine is this: coffee, stretching, splits, and then more coffee, and then more stretching. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do in the morning. I do put a lot. I don't even bother putting a label. You guys see this kind of quite a bit of coffee. Then I put the sucker in here and I press. A la one, a la two, a la 1, 2, 3, go, baby. So yeah, that's the coffee, and then I always chuck a bunch of water. That's the first thing I do. So in Holland, the tap water is clean. So first glass of water. Oh. It's like a glass of water. So just woke up. I'm gonna share you guys my morning routine because Abdul has been asking me like on a daily. So yeah, first thing I do is get up, get my coffee. This time it took me a little longer because I was preparing this video. But first thing I do is water again. Now second glass of water. Uh, oh yeah, that feels good. Mm, second glass of water. I'm gonna do a third one. You should do about 2 or 3. Sometimes I do chuck a whole lot more. It depends on what I'm gonna do in the morning. So water, coffee, stretching, splits. Now going to the coffee. Whew. Oh. Yeah, so as I was saying, first thing I do is drink water. Second thing I do is get my coffee. Third thing I do is I go into the living room and edit videos and things like that. Right now, since I'm not gonna edit videos, I'm gonna just put on Enter the Dragon. I mean, Way of the Dragon in the background for you guys. I always watch something with martial arts in the morning. Always, it's my routine. If I'm not watching a fight, I just put on a movie or something to watch while I'm doing my stretching. Oh, now, first thing I do is go into an Asian squat. You guys see this? This is an Asian squat. So, this is the first thing I do. I sit here like this. It is now 5 minutes that I've been recording, so I'll time it from the phone because I don't have a stopwatch on me right now. But I will sit like this for a little while. This position is super healthy, guys. Um, and then I sit here with my coffee. Only difference is normally this would look like this. I will be sitting facing in this direction. So I'll be sitting like this, watching whatever I'm watching as I'm doing the Asian squat. I know I picked Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris, the fight scene. So 5:55, almost 1 minute. I will lean my elbows on my knees like this. Yeah. Ooh. So like I was saying, I get up. First thing I do is water. Second thing I do is make my coffee. Third thing I do is come and sit in this Asian squat. Mm. Uh, Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are probably thinking, oh, am I really going to do a full stretch and things like that? Well, actually, I'm not. 1 minute of the Asian squat felt like long enough right now. And the next thing I'm going to do is the splits. I'm just going to sit in the splits now. So, splits time. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Let me see. So obviously the routine looks a little different when I'm not recording because I don't need to turn all these lights on. And oh, 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 full splits. Oh yeah. Oh yes, it hurts. Does it hurt? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. I'm addicted, guys. I'm addicted to this pain I feel in the splits. Oh yeah, feels fucking good. Oh. Eight. Keep in mind that I went into split shortly before 8 minutes. This way I can sort of count how long I've been in here. Oh. Ooh. If you guys have any questions, just ask, guys. I'm just gonna sit here in this piss while I drink my coffee. Oh. Mm. Sitting here in the splits while drinking me coffee. Oh. Annoying commercials. Sidekick. And another sidekick. You gotta love this, right? You gotta love this. You gotta love Bruce Lee films, guys. The best. I'm already getting a little bit of an adrenaline rush just by watching this guy perform. Look at that. Perfect. Anyone who thinks that this dumb Chuck Norris can be Bruce Lee is stupid. Ooh. That was a Dutch combination he did there. You guys notice that? He did a right and then a left kick. Yeah. I'm already waking up. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the only thing I can say. You know? Yeah. Want to check Norris fact? Bruce Lee kicked his ass. Yeah, Chuck Norris is getting his ass handed to him, people. God, I love these movies, yo, for real. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, pop that shoulder's hurt. I've popped my shoulder out a lot of times, and it's one of the most painful things I've ever felt. Is a popped shoulder. Yeah. Ooh. If you guys have any questions, just ask. If you're new to my channel, it's a kick-ass channel. Nothing about martial arts at the highest, best level. And this video is about my morning routine. Excuse me, people. I gotta watch this. Oh yeah. So it is 13 minutes. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've been in splits now for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes straight. Oh. And now back to the Asian squat. And I'll go back and forth. Asian squat splits, Asian squat splits. I'll do this one if I start to get like lower back pain, which I'm starting to get a little bit right now. I'll go here. Oh, this feels good. Back down and back up. Oh yeah. So yeah, I always watch some martial arts stuff. Let's see if I'll put something else on. Oh, let's watch Ron Smoltenberg, should we? Boom. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna turn this shit down. There you go. All right. So I'm gonna tie my hair up, drink some more coffee, and do another time the full splits. One more time. Oh, I have a comment. The last time I got hit hard and was like, damn. Yeah, I do remember. Let's see. I'm going to the splits. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna turn the TV off. It's not helping. I think it looks too bright on you guys' end. So, um, the last time I got hit hard and was like, damn. Actually, it was a long time ago, and well, how long? Let me see exactly how long. I was 20. Let me see. Yeah, it was about over 10 years ago, and I was at a club called Alebrije. I was bouncing there, and I was the backup security there, the backup bouncer. This means this is the biggest club in Acapulco, guys. El Alebrije was the biggest club. Um, One time I went to the gym. This is how I got this gig. Went to the gym and I seen a black police officer in the gym, fully uniformed, 911 responder, but he looked like an American cop. He didn't look like a Mexican black cop. And then I heard people talking that he was a bodyguard of the chief of police. Chief of police was training in the gym. And then I heard that he's a badass at martial arts, so I had to talk to him. When I talked to him, he told me he's not even a martial artist. It's just what this guy is bragging about me. He's always bragging about me to other people. But this guy, Joe Serrano was his name, got me my first, one of my, not first, but my first gigs at that time bouncing. I had bounced before and owned a bar before, but I hadn't done it in a little while. Anyways, he was the backup security of the club when it was really busy. This means that him and one or two or three other guys would just be at the club guarding the money. And if the bouncers couldn't handle a fight, they would jump in because they were also armed and they knew how to fight better than the bouncers they had there. So one day he calls me and he's like, "Hey, I need an extra backup bouncer to guard the money and back up the guys in case he can't handle a fight. I think you're perfect for it, you know." And then so I went. It was my first day at this club. Now, the first thing I had to do at this club, there was like a desk like this, a long desk with like five people. And on this side there were some rocks. I was standing on top of the rocks and there was like some stairs down here. So I was on top of the rocks overlooking all of the people and the two big open entrances. And Joe would be sitting in the corner in the last entrance, the main entrance, that after you go in the first line, the second line, you go to the third line, you pay, then you get in. So this is where he was standing at, and he was guarding the money with the gun. I didn't have a gun then yet, but I looked like I had one. So I was standing there by the rocks looking like I had one. And Joe told me, if something happens, just point out where it is, you know. They may start shooting, so they may shoot at you because they know they see you as security. Because I was like the first security you saw in the line before you paid. So we were guarding millions of pesos. So I keep that in mind, guys. Millions of pesos, like a shitload of money. And because it's like open bar and everyone pays ahead of time. But anyways, this day, um, a fight broke out inside later. So I was doing my rounds inside, coming back out. And the thing is, we don't work in uniform, and a lot of the bouncers didn't know me yet because we didn't have like a thing in that club. Like the undercover security was really undercover a lot of times. Many times they would not tell the other bouncers how many of us there were. Everybody knew Joe, but not everybody knew the extra guys he was bringing in. So when the fight happened inside, and keep in mind, these guys didn't see me, the inside guys, because I showed up like right before they started letting the lines in, and I was in the front of the club. These guys were already inside of the club from the beginning of the night, so I didn't see them. And a fight happened inside with Mexico City people versus Acapulco people. Keep in mind, clubs in Acapulco. So um, this was two groups fighting, and the Mexico City people were fighting RPs from our club. What's the RP mean? PR, public relations, relaciones públicas in Spanish, public relations in English. Keep in mind, it was like a young hip club. By that I mean like the club was like a lot of young people. I was not even 30 at the time, and the manager at the time was like 35, and a lot of the staff was young. And basically, when this fight happened, I jumped in to help the bouncers, but the bouncers didn't know who the hell I was. So as I'm grabbing one guy that was about to hit one of the bouncers, because I it was getting out of control, so I jumped in. So I grabbed one guy here, and by this part of the arm and right here, I grab him like that. But the next thing I know, man, one bouncer grabs me from my right arm, another bouncer takes my left arm, and they're both just grabbing me, and I'm looking at them, and I'm thinking, should I kick them? Because the guy I was grabbing is now like yeah, I was grabbing him. So when they grabbed me, I let go of him. Luckily, another bouncer grabbed him, and then another guy started hitting him, and it became a mess here. But the point is, yet another guy came in and grabbed me from the back. So I had three bouncers around me, one here, one here, one here, grabbing me, not knowing I'm security, which kind of sucked. But luckily, the manager saw it right when they were grabbing. I'm looking right at him. I'm not looking right at the manager, hoping he just makes eye contact. So he sees it in the middle of the shit, and he yells at them, "No, he's with us. Let him go." So they let me go. And as soon as they let me go, I guess they started grabbing other people. One of these pricks from Mexico City hit me in the back of the head. And yeah, so they let me go, and all of a sudden I just feel it. I just feel the impact. Boom! And as I feel the impact, oh, let me get up. As I feel, and it was hard. I don't know. They said that the guy like did this and then just socked me, and so he hits me in the back of the head. I had a bald head back in those days, so I had no hair. He hits me here, and as I'm feeling it, and it was hard. My head went all the way forward. I just like I just like felt it, went forward, and the hand did this. Then I look back at him and make eye contact with him. As I make eye contact with him, he starts to back up like this for some weird ass reason. I just turn and I take a step and I do a front kick. Now, keep in mind, the floor was wet. I did a sliding forward front kick. He was backing up. So the kick really didn't do any damage, okay? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys about this because the way it looked to like the staff and the bartenders and everybody else, it looked amazing. It looked like I kicked him and the guy went flying. But I'm gonna be honest, that's not what happened. I'm always honest. As I was running towards him and did the sliding front kick, because he was backing up like that, trying to not get hit by me, because he's seen the look in my eyes. I look pissed. Like he hit me, and I turned around like this. Like that's the look I put when I'm pissed. Look in my eyes. Most people get fucking scared when I look at them like that. So, anyways, I'm coming at him. I kick him, and because he's backing up like that, my foot comes here. And my foot like connects, but he's backing up, so it barely touched him. It didn't. I didn't really feel like a solid hit, and because of the wetness, he slipped like forward. So as I kicked him, he slips forward while his body's moving backwards, and boom! He hit the ground like face down, and then I wanted to like knock him out. So when his face hit the ground, I took one step, two steps, and then I did a front kick. I was trying to front kick him in the face, but I missed by like an inch because, again, because of the floor, and he moved. He was also not stable. So by the time my foot was reaching his face, he had already moved. And then next thing I know, some guy's coming from this direction, so I kick him. Another guy is coming, and then I was like about to punch the second guy, and the next thing I know, a guy jumps from behind me, and it just like pushes me, and it grabs me like a headlock. Like this guy wasn't big. Like he jumped on me and grabbed me by a headlock, and then I went down like this. I was right about to like pick him up and toss him, but then one of my security friends, one of the guys that Joe brought, a big guy named Jose Luis, he picked the guy up, like he got him off of me, and so at that point, because of the way the guy rushed me and everything and grabbed me in a headlock, my shoulder popped out. So after he got him off, because I was trying to do this and slam him, but my shoulder was popped. So I was trying to figure out how I was going to do that. Probably just with the left hand like this and just pick him up and toss him. So as soon as he got him off of me, I went into the corner like this. and there was like some tubes that separated the hallway from the bathrooms and the VIP. So I'm sitting there like this, and I grab my shoulder, and I'm looking around me, hoping no one else is gonna do anything. So I'm just watching my back. At least I have nobody here, just the VIPs, and I start to just grab my arm, and I start to slowly bring my shoulder this way, and then pop, it just pops back in. Damn! So as soon as it pops back in, I start helping everybody toss all these people out. And keep in mind, the club, I became head of security of this club, but back in this day, with the first day, I was only backup security. And at that point, we start. This is not over yet, guys. This story's not over yet. I start. We start walking them all outside, and then once we get almost all of them out, I go back by the main entrance, the last entrance where Joe kicks it with his gun, and the managers are a few of the captains of waiters and these RP assholes that were the ones getting into the fight with these Mexico City people. Mexico City people are always fighting Acapulco people when they go to Acapulco vacation. It's like a normal thing. So because the RPs, the public relations, PRs, because they work for the club, they would stay, they wouldn't get kicked out, right? In my opinion, they should have all been kicked out. And I changed it. When I became head of security, I made it clear that I don't care if you're a public relations guy or not. I don't care if you're a captain of waiters. I don't care if you're a bartender. You start a fucking fight, like you initiate it, and you start some shit, and I will throw you out of the club. Like I had that kind of authority in the club when I became head of security. So I didn't have it then yet. But anyways, by the time everything what got calmed down, cops came, everything else, one of these PR guys, public relation guys, sees me because I guess he had seen me fight or get grabbed and get hit and all this stuff. So he didn't know me either. So he assumed automatically I was one of the guys from Mexico City. So he sees me and says some stupid shit. I don't know what he said. This son of este hijo de su and he was like gonna come at me. He was like thinking about it. He was already clenching his fists. So I'm standing there like this, and he's right here. Hijo de su, clenching his fist, and then at that point, I just gave him like a fast, hard roundhouse kick with the left leg, like the non-telegraphic one. Just let him have it, like right here, and it hit him right in the rib cage, right by the liver. And I remember when he came up, I said, "Hijo de tu." The manager was like, "No," and then it was too late. I already kicked him, and I broke his rib. The guy went like this. He went down, and that became like the story among the public relations guys. Like once after I broke that guy's ribs, it's like they got the fucking point. The whole club got the point. It became the talk of the club that I busted some guy's ribs with a roundhouse kick. But you know, it's their own fucking fault. These guys were walking around acting like they're acting like they have some kind of diplomatic immunity equivalence inside the club, you know, acting like they're above everybody because they're fucking PRs. It's like, get over yourself, you know, stupid bitch. And but yeah, shortly after this, couple months, I kept doing these gigs, like being backup security. And one day I came to one of the gigs alone, so Joe wasn't there. Jose Luis, the guy that got the guy off of me, wasn't there. I didn't have any other backup guys. I was one day the only backup dude because Joe had like sort of like a private security gigs going on left and right. But keep in mind, Joe also did like heavily armed shit. Like he would guard. I think he guarded the president once as a backup security back when Peña Nieto was president. He was guarding the chief of police. Like he was doing bodyguard work. He was transporting money for people. He was doing a bunch of private security shit. And one of the things he would do is also like private investigative work where he would just follow people. I did that with him once. We followed some woman that was no a guy that was cheating, and the woman was paying him to follow him. So we stayed outside a motel and waited and looked. That was not for me. It's too boring. And then the gig that they had that day was bodyguarding some important people with big guns and shit. And I don't want to do that. Like I'm not into bodyguarding people with big guns on the street. Like I don't really feel like dying by getting blown up by some whoever people that are ambushing the people that they're protecting. So I've always been more about the clubs. Why? Because in the clubs, it's my domain. It's street fighting. You're not always getting in gunfights, you know. And when you're bodyguarding high-profile people like the ones Joe does and did that day, it's like if something happens, it's going to be extreme. So I didn't want to go there because he told me, you know, I can send another guy, but I only got you, but I could try to find another guy to do the backup thing today at the club. But there's just too much money with this other gig. So me, Jose Luis, and the other guys, we have to go do this gig. You can come. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'll just go to the club. But you're gonna be alone, you know that, right? I'm like, yeah, I know that's right. Okay. You're gonna need to be packing, so I'm gonna let you borrow one of my guns. But it was like illegal. I was not supposed to have a gun there. I didn't have a permit for it yet. But that day I did carry it with me. And on that day, I got the manager fired because the manager was together with some people who stole expensive purses. And then when I caught these thieves, I caught one, kicked him in the face, caught him, took the purse, threw him out, and then I was gonna get the second one and didn't realize that they were like a group of thieves. So when I went to get the second one and grabbed him behind his back, more people came trying to hit me. It was just too many. I didn't know where they were coming from, so I ran over the tables, over the VIP tables, all the way down to the hallway, called for backup, and the next thing I know, I have all these thieves coming at me. And then, but long story short, with the purse that I recovered, the manager tried to take the money. Like there was cash in there, money. And when I was standing there with him with the purse, I'm like, look, they tried to steal his purse. We got to return it to the owner. He wanted to take the money first before returning it. And he was about to give me my share. And then I looked at them like, are you guys fucking kidding me, dude? So then they didn't do it. They gave the purse back because they saw I disapproved of it. But I used to write everything down. I had a little notebook and I used to write everything down. So they see me write shit down. And then the next day I did a report on them. And I didn't do a report on this because I wanted to become head of security or something like this. I had no intention of doing this, but that's how Mexico works. You basically step on other people and you get ahead. But this was not my intention. I was just there to do that job. So I made a report and then I talked to my boss, not the manager that's there at the club, but the operational manager, a different manager that hires everybody. He's there in the daytime, not in the nighttime. Older guy. So I go talk to him and I gave him my report and we had the lunch or breakfast, I don't remember, in a restaurant. And then I gave him my report. My wife at the time was a doctor, so she helped me type it, making it look all legit and nice and formal and professional. And then when I explained a lot of the things that's wrong with the security, the guy looks at me and he's like, "You've done an excellent job. Has hecho un excelente trabajo. Excelente." And then he's like, "Seems to me that you know a lot about the security stuff. You seem very passionate. What if I make you head of security for the upcoming vacation season?" It was like a week or two away. And thanks for the letter. I'm gonna get the manager fired and replaced, and I'm gonna look into making you head of security for the next high season. So we'll have another meeting, and you just tell me what you need, and we'll look into it. And I told him straight up at that moment, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, the number one thing I need, because this is non-negotiable. If you guys want me, I need at least 100 bouncers. And I said this because you go low, you go high, they go low. So I ended up getting like 55 or 50. And I interviewed all of these guys and hired them, and we still had the backup security, but I became head of security of this club after I decided to not take money from a stolen purse that the manager was also going to skimp. And so the manager was replaced, and yeah, I was head of security for the next upcoming months. And but that gig didn't last as well either, because one of the reasons why they wanted me as head of security there in that season was because they were getting a lot of high profile people coming to the club, like governors, mayors, family of these people, billionaires, celebrities. Like it was a really high season, so they really wanted the club to be as safe as possible. And I must say, under my watch, almost no incidents happened. We only had like a few fights that we handled. No real people, nobody really died at the club on my watch. However, some people were kidnapped and they did get killed, and there was nothing I could do about it. That's like the worst thing that happened there. But yeah, that's the last time that I really, really, really got hit hard, like hard. Here in Holland, I haven't really been hit much. If you guys watch my sparring, I'm always thinking defense first, defense first, defense first. I'm not trying to get hit. That's like the last thing I want. I don't care if I kick the guy or not. My kicks are mostly counters. If you guys see me fight, I counter. I wait for them to do something. I wait for them to mess up. I wait for an opening, and then I just kick them. Hold on, I'm gonna read you guys'. I'm gonna read you guys' questions. Some of you got hit hard. Any
tips living in Mexico as a foreigner? Also, is there any fighting techniques that look good while training, but you would never use in real fight? Some people can't kick for shit. Any tips living in Mexico as a foreigner? Well, it depends what kind of foreigner you are. I'm gonna be straight up. Mexicans are racist. Spanish people are racist. Dutch people are racists. But Mexicans and Spanish people, they're a particular kind of racist in the sense that they're just fucking open about it. At least Dutch people try to hide it. I'm not saying that's better. I respect people that are open more. But my point is this: if you're black or really dark, I don't recommend you live in Mexico. You're not going to get ahead that easily. People are going to discriminate the hell out of you, you know? And um, black people just have it rougher in Mexico. They just do. So I don't know. I don't know. You're obviously not black, I think, or are you black? I'm not sure. But I'm not trying to be racist either. I'm just saying it like it is. Like I've seen black people go through some fucked up shit in Mexico just because they're black, just because people don't like them. Like it's bad, dude. And you know, I'm not like that at all, you know. But if you're white, it's probably better to move to Mexico if you're white than if you're black. Like you have, as a white person, you will have a lot of privilege there, white privilege. I had it too. Like for example, they made me head of VIP security after this big club. They made me VIP security in the most exclusive club of the country, Babyo. And one of the reasons why I was inside working the VIP area was not so much my experience and everything else, it's more my looks, my last name, and the fact that I'm European and pretty much whiter than everybody else in there. So it's like for the rich people that walk in Baby, they come outside and they see the darker bouncers from the ghetto. Then when they go in, they see me, the growing up rich European white luxury security guard. I mean, this is really how they see it and think. So like there's levels to this. Outside, the black people, once you actually get inside the club, everything is more enlightened. It's fucked up, but it's just true. And that's Mexico. It's super racist for you guys right there. So it's Holland. I've worked in Holland here, for example, with white Dutch people and with like, for example, Syrians or Turkish people. And it's like when I'm working for Syrians or Turkish owners that have Syrian, Turkish type of clients, they want me to like discriminate to white people. Like, don't be so nice to them. Don't open the door for them. Don't give them the extras. And when I'm bouncing for white people, they do the same thing. They tell me not to treat the other foreigners or the Turkish or the non-whites as well as I treat them. And I would play with this because my name is Arturo Jan. So they in Holland it's like foreign name Arturo Jan from here. So if I was bouncing for white people, I'd just be Jan. If I was bouncing for foreigners, I'd just be Arturo. I'd just like switch off and like just adapt like a fucking chameleon. But a lot of times bouncers get a bad rep. They think that we're the racists. They think that we're discriminating. They think that we're classists. But most of the time we're not. I mean, I'll admit a lot of bouncers just like telling people no. But I'm not one of them. Like most of the time I've worked inside places. Always been the inside guy most of the time. Very few times I've actually worked actual doors and been the only one. Like in the coffee shops, I did that here and different clubs and things like that. But in Mexico and in America, I was always the guy inside the club guarding. So tips would be to really learn the Spanish because people don't know English there, and may I recommend Mexico City if you're gonna move to Mexico. Mexico City is probably the best place to go. There's no beach, but you got Acapulco 4 or 5 hours from there driving. You know, so yeah, that's it. That's my advice. Just learn the language. Maybe go on vacation, see what it's like, see where you're gonna live because Mexico is dangerous, man. It's a nice country, it's beautiful and all that, but it's dangerous. It can be a rough country depending on who you are and what you look like, unfortunately enough, and what languages you speak. Any fighting techniques that look good while training, but you would never use in a real fight. Some people can't kick for shit. Almost anything that's jumping, like the 360 Van Damme kick, the 720, even the 540. If you land a 540 on someone's head, you'll probably kill him but it's super hard to actually do it. So these are kicks that I wouldn't try in a real fight, are jumping kicks, except for the jump front kick, the jump back kick, and the running flying side kick in some occasions if the person's not expecting it. But there's some jump kicks that I would do in a real fight, but most I wouldn't do. Most kicks I would throw is just from standing position. Because jumping takes time, guys, and jumping literally a lot of times is telegraphing. Are you still in the security field? Appreciate the responses, Carnal. No, I am not. I am, but I'm not. In the sense, like, I wouldn't call myself retired because I'm always open to doing it again. But the last time I bounced was in Spain about 2 years ago, and I haven't done it since. When I came back from Spain, I decided to focus 110% on the YouTube channel and my training and all that. And in Holland, keep in mind, guys, it's getting more and more violent. And in Holland, as a bouncer, it's not like Mexico or Spain. You cannot carry a baton, you cannot carry handcuffs, you cannot carry a gun, pepper spray, any of that shit. You can only carry your bulletproof vest, your hands and your feet. And these people here are getting more and more violent by the month, by the year, and stabbing incidents, shooting incidents, people getting up on you, and it's just not getting any better for us in the sense that we don't get more authority, or we don't even get any tools to work with, so I stopped doing it. I'm starting to earn money on YouTube. The YouTube channel is starting to do really well. Like it's really going like this. So I'm really trying to focus on being able to do this full time, start my own martial arts, my own dojo, maybe even my own fighting organization. And but I'm trying to do all this in Spain. I'm not trying to do that in Holland. So I'll do all that stuff once I'm out of here. But yeah, no, I'm not in the security field at the moment anymore. But if somebody asks me, which it's always the case, guys, you know what? One thing I'll tell you guys, I haven't really ever really looked for security gigs. Like my very first security gig was offered to me. Like people always have asked me to do security since I was 18, 19. So it's never something I really ever looked up. Even when I first moved to Holland, like the first time after I left Mexico, my intention was to become a cop. But I got offered a security job, and then I found out that cops make more money than police. Then I found out then I found out that bouncers make more money than cops, and then I found out that they also get more respect than cops. And I was able to start almost immediately. It didn't take me long to get the paper. So a few months after I got to Holland, I was already a bouncer at a coffee shop here where they sell weed. So it's people always ask me. So if somebody asked me, like just the other week, last week, somebody just found out that I did security, and asked me if I can get a pass again, or if I've tried to get a security pass in the city I live in. This is also a coffee shop, but I think that guy wants to ask me if I want to work there. Um, if somebody asks me, I'm always open to it. One of the things I do when people ask me if I want to do security is I'll go check the place out. I'll go check out why I need security. I'll go at the peak time when most fights could happen. I talk to the other bouncers that are there at the moment and see what the work is like. I ask them questions. Most of the time, I won't even tell them that I'm about to be part of the team or that I'm about to replace them. And then I make up my mind. I look first, I analyze, and then I make up my mind if I actually want to work the bar or not. Um, so I wouldn't call myself retired. I'm definitely open to doing it again, but I have no. I'm not looking for it. I'm not actively trying to find a door or anything like this. I'm really not. And you're welcome with the responses, man. No problem. Hey, man, you're there already. Hello, AJ. Good morning. It is 11:31 p.m. for me in Cali. Yeah, I know. Cali. I miss California. Oh, hello, man. Hello. Thanks for stopping by, man. Holland is not chill, man. Holland is not chill. These people here are cocky. They're racists. Like, for example, if you go to Spain, right? Like 19 out of 10 people in Spain, if you roll by and you look at them and you go, hola, hola, buenas tardes. Dutch people, you go like this to them. They're just a lot of, not all of them, cocky, arrogant. They feel like they're better than other people. Like the Dutch people, the Dutch men in general, huh? Dutch people have a very cocky, arrogant attitude about them. And because here, when you fight, you only get a slap in the wrist. A lot of people are not afraid to get in fights. Like, so Holland is violent and it's a narco state. Look it up. Holland is the narco state of Europe. We're like the little Mexico, little Colombia of Europe, man. A lot of the drugs come right through here in the Rotterdam Haven. Look it up, Dutch or Holland narco state, and you will be surprised at what you see. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube that you can see. So yeah, Holland is not the pretty Disneylandy like place it used to be. So yeah. For example, I'm gonna show you. Um, da, 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 da. Where's the remote? Where's the remote? Where's the remote? Where did I leave the remote?
can't find the remote. I was trying to find a remote so I could show you a little video on the TV about oh, about Holland being a narco state. It's it's bad here, man. It's bad here. Like for the first time since Second World War, we've actually had military helping the police and working the streets armed. Like in Holland, you never see an armed soldier on the streets. But if there's this case going on, this mafia case against Tachi, and they actually needed the military for this. Another thing that makes Holland dangerous is we have a lack of police. Like we're short cops here. Nobody wants to be a cop here. It's too violent. They don't have enough authority. They don't get paid enough. It's too much studying. Uh, Not enough pay. It takes like 2 years to be a cop, and it used to be 4. Took it down to 3. Now it's 2, and people still don't want to join. They up the pace. People still don't want to join. It's crazy here. They really have a lack of police in Holland. Last time I checked, I think they need like around 17,000 cops. That's a lot for a small country like us. Like you almost don't even see us on the world map. That's how small we are. So yeah. Any kicking tips? What part of the... I'm making another coffee. So this is coffee number 2. And I'm gonna drink some water as well. Okay. Which part of the leg do I kick with? Let me see. Let me show you my leg. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. Let me see. Good. Okay. Am I back? Can you guys see me? Okay, this is not good. What the... I don't know why my screen is gone, guys. I don't understand. I'm gonna... This is some bullshit. So I'm gonna stop this live stream and I'm gonna answer your question in the next video. Good toy.